26-year-old.
Game between Kelly Coffman
Going against Ron Williams of Fort Worth. Not 10-10.
Kelly Coffman with the power ball, solid 10. I'd say, Chris, there's only 2 chinks in his armor of becoming one of the best players out here. Number 1, a little bit of experience, and he needs that by staying out here to learn to throw the ball straighter at times, and his spear making is suspect.
It's his first telecast of this year, 4th of his career. 2 last year when he was 2nd at the True Value and 4th in the Florida Open. Now, a 2-time PBA National Champion, 30-year-old Ron Williams of Fort Worth. Best finish this year, 8th in the Active West and at Fresno. And he is mic'd, and come on, baby, works with the stroke, Bo.
You're right, Chris, and I said the Miller Barber of professional bowling, and i.e. his arm swing. Watch how he pushes it away, and then he takes it outside with that bent elbow position. Now, the key is right here. He's in an awkward position, but he realigns it coming on through the downswing, gets that ball right next to the left leg, a nice loft over the foul line. See how his hand stayed underneath the bowling ball. It's the finish in that last half a step that counts. He starts with a strike. Harry.
That it did. One word, one-liners for Ron Williams. First title, Bud Classic in Columbus, Ohio in '88. And looking for that first one, edging up on it. Topeka Bowler of the Year in '88 and '89. So, for Kelly, that's his first strike.
The big guy with the powerful ball. Look at how steady his head is. Those eyes, the key right there, and looking forward. Look at this position here. He's kind of open with his right foot, and he drops down inside out, and you see that wrist roll underneath the ball. Look at no hand turn around the ball. He can really do it.
And a 4-pin. And Bo, you know about 4-pins. We're so proud of you in your first seniors event. You finished 5th out of having defeated bowled better than 419 seniors. Boy, we're proud of you, but that darn 4-pin.
Thank you, Chris. It was my undoing, but a great tournament in Las Vegas.
That it was. And that week, I think you earned more than you did the year you won here in El Paso in 1970.
$3,000 was first place in the pro tournament here in 1970 when I won. $4,000 I received Thursday night for a 5th place finish on the seniors. Now here's Ron Williams, perfect through 2. Hold it.
Speak of the 4.
Well, Chris, I think we all know that a player has a tendency to pull the ball when he's under a pressure. 75% of the bad shots, if you ask any pro or even top amateurs, are left of target. Ron got a little soft for that shot, went high, and has an easy spare.
And here's Bonnie, mother of Scott and Sean. Now Kelly Coffman tells us the key to following or enrolling. Ron Williams has this little sound bite to give us that we recorded earlier. Talks about changes that he made in all but the 7 pins. As he rubs his face, I don't blame him. Broke up a split, however, Bob.
You're right, Chris. And the key here on synthetic lanes, these are synthetic lanes, no wood underneath these lanes, is accuracy and speed control. If Ron threw it a little too soft, he goes high. A little too hard, he finished light on that shot.
Okay, we're in our very first game. An 8-pin lead by Ron Williams, at whom you're looking. We'll be back. Bowl El Paso is a beautiful bowling establishment, one of the finest in the nation, is Kelly Coffman, trailing by 8 with a spare working, shoots on the right lane.
A little bit hard. Speed control, the key part of this bowling center today. Any balls thrown wide of the second arrow, close to the first arrow, will slide by the head pin. However, Kelly topped that ball, didn't get good wrist action, breaks down the 2-4-5, left with the 2-4. Kelly with a lot of speed, 19 to 20 miles an hour on his first ball, also uses the full approach to accommodate that big hook. He gets about 18 revolutions on the ball, so he has it all going. It's a matter of Kelly getting it in the pocket.
Put some fingers in it. Throwing it like low.
Well, even though I don't know if he has a microphone on, but you could sure hear him say that he's not throwing as well as he wants to. For Coffman, once again, Chris, if he gets that strike ball going, he's almost unbeatable. However, spares have been his downfall. Let's see if he can convert the 2-4-5 here.
Just about to point out that he wastes so little time in moving to the line, Bo, and sometimes that's costly.
Kelly needs a little experience. He has a lot of natural ability, and you see him just chop the 2-4 off the 5, opens the door for Ron Williams, who now has a 24-pin lead through 5 frames.
And now a little of the same for Ron Williams, the Fort Worth, the 2-4-5 on the right lane.
See if he takes a little different angle of attack to this spare. Now, we saw Kelly Coffman go down the center, gamble on the hook ball into the 2-5 zone. Let's see if Williams uses a little different shot and tries to cut down the percentages of chop.
Few anxious moment. He says thank you. Ron Williams tells the changes he's made here in 1992 because it's become his most consistent year.
Well, Bo, I basically have been working a lot of different hand positions, and when the lanes are slick, I try to stay underneath the ball and try and get more roll on it. And when the lanes are starting to hook, I'll turn my hand toward the side of the ball to spin it through the heads to make it go longer down the lane.
And right now, Chris, he's not following his own advice. He's spinning one ball, which makes it go down the lane longer, like he left the 2-4-5, and that time he kept under the ball a little bit more. So you have to be consistent in that hand position. However, he's gotten himself in a pretty good position. Even though he's not throwing a lot of strikes, he's still leading by 20 pins.
He was one of 4 to bowl perfect 300 games this week. It does feel good to sit down, Bo.
Don't realize the pressure on these players until you sit in that seat.
It's good, Gary. Ah, yes, after an open frame, bouncing back. Kelly Coffman, he tells us the key to rolling 4 consecutive 300 games in 4 cities on the tour.
Well, I started out in Seattle, bowled one there, and then I bowled one in Portland, Riverside, and then last week in Fresno. And it's a combination of bowling well, a little bit of luck involved, and you know, you've got to have both of those really for the PBA conditions out here, because they're a lot different than league conditions, and all that helps out. And it would be nice to shoot a 5th one here in El Paso this week.
Along with you, he saw the break as the 10-pin went out, leaving only the 7. So cross lane now, Kelly Coffman. We're at Bo El Paso in the city by the same name. We'll return in a moment as you get an idea of some of the flavor here in this city, surrounded by small hills, mountains, all kinds of culture, just a great place to visit. Wonderful murals here on both ends of Bo El Paso as we look now at Ron Williams, who's leading by 20, 7th frame.
Oh, no.
Both professionals, Mike, and you get their reactions, which often great captions for the pictures. Let's see if he says anything after trying to cover this pin. Very businesslike. Ron Williams as we go to another businesslike man, Nelson Burton.
Thank you, Chris Schenkel, Derek Williams. The 2 righties are high on one lane, light on the other. How about the left side? Is there a big difference in the lanes?
Well, Bo, it looks like from practice, everything seemed to be pretty close to being even on both sides. Left lane may have been just a hair tighter for me, but they're playing pretty close to the same for me.
All right, he looks like he can go at him, Chris. We'll know in a minute.
All right, that was Derek Williams. Beaumont area. No relation to this man, Ron Williams. But they're Texans. And that's where we are. Very corner of the Lone Star State. And it's hot, 102. All right, continuing to mark is Ron Williams as Kelly Coffman is back up. Kelly's first television appearance was in 1990. Finished second in Milwaukee. It was there that he beat Marshall Holman and then lost to Parker Bone, who is our tournament leader here in this event. Ooh, well done. Next Saturday on ABC Sports right here, Bowling's Hot Shots will duel in the desert sun again. The summer tour continues to stay hot for the $125,000 Tucson PBA Open. That's next Saturday. Golden Pin Lanes, Pete Tontis and all.
Norm Duke, the defending champion. Just Stayrook made the 7-10 split there last year on TV. Now Kelly Coffman to close the ground.
All right, 8 pins separating these two professionals. Trailing Bate is the man at whom you're looking. Watch this reaction.
Watch this wrist action, too.
Spare up. There's a ninth frame strike, Nelson.
Ron Williams, known for his great clutch bowling, Chris, has had a lot of misfortunes on TV. He averaged 249, shooting scores of 257 and 251 and 239 while losing matches on TV. As you see his position on the line, he's going to start here. He'll drift to the left and then be right over the second arrow. This is a big shot, 10th frame. Carry it.
John 10 pin.
Sets up the possibility of Kelly Coffman throwing strikes to win or even a tie match. As you see him drifting to the left, a good loft over the foul line. Doesn't get the love tap on the 10. The best he can bowl is 202. Coffman a potential 214.
Stuck a little bit at the line, but nevertheless, continuing to mark here in our first game in this close match. The winner will have a great opponent in Derek Williams, and that'll be our next game.
See that face. Remember Jim Hart, St. Louis Cardinals? Soon to be a Hall of Famer in the NFL. Kelly Coffman look-alike will need a strike, at least one, to win this match.
4 pin in El Paso. That's been part of our story today. But it's a 201 for Ron Williams.
Kelly Coffman must strike on this ball and get 8 and a spare to win. If he does not strike on this ball, he cannot advance to the next match. This is the key shot.
Only a
Not
6
get
pin.
that 6
Boy,
pin.
I'll bet you he wants that back, Chris. Cannot win the match. The best he can do is 193. It's going to be Ron Williams against Derek Williams in the second match. Boy, he sure wants that back. Ron Williams got a great break to win sitting on the bench in a high-scoring environment like this, and Kelly Coffman be the first to admit that that was one of the poorest balls he's thrown. But that's how you learn out here. You learn from the bad things and improve next time.
A 190 for Kelly Kaufman. We'll
It's
see
a
him
good
again
match, sir.
soon. Nice win for Ron Williams. As ABC